All right, welcome back to Ballroom Feed and Technique Tuesday. We are going to talk about how to practice partner connection by yourself. This video was requested by Super J Ray, so thank you so much for commenting and asking for a video here. We'd love if you guys want to have some feedback or want to learn some stuff, comment down below. We'll try to make a video on it and kind of move forward from there. So how do I work on partner connection by myself if I don't have somebody else to practice with, right? So the biggest tool for partner connection is my body weight. So understanding my body weight and how poised I am over which part of my foot, and I use different poise for different kinds of dances. So what I mean is that if I have my feet together, what I need to understand is that if I'm forward weighted, if I'm in the middle of my feet, or if I'm back weighted. And I use different weights for different styles of dance and different points in time within a dance too, right? And when I connect to my partner, let's say we're dancing salsa together, right? When we're dancing salsa together, we are both forward weighted towards the balls of our feet. And this has a lot to do with our partner connection towards each other. Frame is a different thing than saying how much energy or connection we have towards or away from one another. Frame is like what parts of our body touch each other in order to feel, right? But I think the question more is like, how do we practice how much or how little connection to give our partner and be more of aware of it on our own too, right? So let's say I'm dancing rumba, cha-cha, salsa, any of the rhythm kind of Latin dances. I am forward weighted towards the balls of my feet, towards my partner, and when we both do this together, we have a better connection towards one another, and then we can move together as a unit. And I'll bring Lindsay in a second, and we can show you how that kind of works together. But on my own, I can feel that if I pitch my spine forward, I bring my sternum forward towards the balls of my feet, I'm forward so much so that I can click my heels on the floor comfortably. If I can't click my heels comfortably on the floor, I'm not far enough forward. And if I'm too far forward, my heels don't hit the floor anymore. I'm too far, right? So I'm trying to find that happy medium of I'm forward weighted enough that I can click my heels on the floor, right? And then I can go back weighted. So I can go into my heels so much so that I can click my toes on the floor, right? So this is back weighted. And I could be in between my feet where I can feel both my heel and the ball of my foot evenly, right? So I want to be able to make sure that I can put myself intentionally on some forward or back half of my weight depending on what kind of dance I'm doing. Let's say I'm dancing like a smooth dance, like waltz, tango, foxtrot. We start back weighted. So me, myself as a leader, when I take like a more formal frame, or if I dance something like waltz, tango, foxtrot, I actually set myself up on my heels so I can click my toes. So now I can go take some bigger, stronger steps if I want to, doing boxes or other steps like that. But if I'm dancing the rhythm dances, I'm more forward weighted towards the balls of my feet. So now I can keep the balls of my feet on the floor the entire time that I dance, right? So this would be step one to how to identify a stronger connection on your own and be able to apply that into a partnership. That I need to be fully aware, feel very comfortable with where I put my weight over my feet instead of being just in the middle. Depending on the kind of dance I'm dancing, I need to have some kind of orientation, right? And if you're not sure, you dance a dance and you're like, am I forward or am I back weighted in this dance? Just comment below and we can kind of answer it for you. But generally speaking, Latin dances that I keep my toes on the floor the entire time, salsa, bachata, cha-cha, rumba, swing, bolero, mambo, all those kinds of dances, I'm forward weighted the entire time. And those smooth dances, I'm generally at least starting back weighted, waltz, tango, foxtrot, Viennese waltz, where there are plenty of times in the dance we're also forward weighted for different reasons. But generally speaking, that's how we kind of set up our connection towards each other, right? So another thing about connection is sometimes we rely too heavily on the connection to our partner, which might sound kind of funny, right? It's partner dancing and we dance a lot together. But if you ask some of the best couples in the world, some of the best partner dancing couples in the world, they can do their stuff by themselves almost just as well as they can do it with each other, right? So the biggest thing I can do by myself is fully understand all of the patterns and basics and timings and rhythms of the dances I do, and I can completely do them by myself without a reference point or somebody else to help me. Because if Lindsay and I are dancing together and I can't do something by myself, that means she's helping me through something, right? So both partners individually, if you're looking to dance your best or feel most comfortable, even just social dancing, not necessarily competitive dancing, social dancing, you need to be able to go through everything by yourself first, right? So as a leader, I need to be able to dance all of my basics by myself, and any pattern that I want to lead somebody through, I need to be able to dance it on my own, completely separate from having a reference point of a partner. This is typically easier for the leaders because our footwork is typically simpler than the followers as well, and it's kind of our job to know where we're going at which time and to know when to lead patterns in between others. Where for the follower, their footwork is much more complex most of the time, more turns, more changes of direction, so they rely on the leader more because their stuff is harder to do, right? So for the follower as well, in terms of working on their connection, is that they should ideally be able to do every pattern that they're aware of by themselves, all the different kinds of turns, spotting, understanding how much to rotate whenever they have to, and then they'll have a lot more success social dancing because they won't feel as lost in the dances themselves. Because if you don't know what you're doing by yourself, that means you're relying on somebody else to get you through it. So now you're taking away from their dancing because now they're responsible for yours, right? So the two things for me personally that I think about in terms of connection is where my body weight is, having a specific direction and place for my body weight, and the other thing is understanding the patterns and the content that I need to dance fully on my own, so that when I come together with a partner and she also is the same, has the same quality of dancing and whatnot in terms of knows all the stuff that she wants to dance, we can have a really good, easy time because we're both kind of taking care of ourselves in terms of our body weight and our patterns, and it's just about leading and following and having a great time. And that level of understanding in your dancing makes dancing with other people so much easier. So there's more levels to this question. Please let us know. We can answer more as we go through this. I'm going to bring Linz out real quick and we're going to show how we kind of connect together through the body weight. So what I mean in terms of forward weighted or back weightedness towards our partner, right? Linz and I can both stand here in between our feet. We're just totally normal and neutral in our spine, right? But let's say we're going to dance salsa together, right? When we set up to dance, we both pitch ourselves forward towards the balls of our feet. Now, obviously, this video is how to do it on your own and practice it, but I want you to know why I want you to practice what I want you to practice, so when we actually dance with somebody, you understand how this connects, right? That when we both poise ourselves forward towards the ball of our feet, our connection naturally increases because now we're closer towards each other. Now, we're not physically closer in terms of our feet, we're just closer in terms of more of the top of our spine because we've pitched ourselves towards each other a little bit. So now when I go to change my feet, bend my knees, and change my hips, we're much more connected towards each other because we've taken care of our own body weight. But let's say Lynn stays like this, but I'm back weighted, we're not connected the same way anymore. She's kind of looking for me to be here, and as I go to change my weight and do certain things, she can't feel me as clearly anymore, right? If we were to do a dance like a smooth dance, like waltz or something, we would then set up back weighted because we're looking to stretch and make this frame as big as possible as we go to move throughout this dance. Whereas if we were both forward weighted in this waltz dance, it'd be kind of weird if we both softened our knees and then took a step, and you can kind of already see on the very first step that it feels a little off, right? So my two options again, if I'm dancing salsa, bachata, whatever it is, forward weighted towards my partner, where we can both click our back heel because we're forward weighted, because you can see what it would look like if we were back weighted towards each other. It make me want to go take heel leads as I walk forward. And if we dance things like foxtrot or tango, we sit back weighted so that when we go to take a step, we have much more space and balance in a very, very different way.
And you could also see that in the waltz and the tango and foxtrot, we're both having bent knees, which is why it's also more comfortable to go back to the heels versus on the toes and usually starting with one leg bent. It just feels easier to balance with your body weight in those positions based on what our legs are doing as well.
Absolutely. So we can practice on these basics or on these patterns and constantly check which body weight we're in. We can dance half of a Roomba box together. We've established that we're forward weighted towards each other. We go dance a box, we close our feet, and I can check, okay, can I click my heel on the floor? Am I forward weighted? Yes, I am, and I can continue on. But obviously in the theme of this video, we're practicing by ourselves, so we both dance a half a box together, or on our own, and I can pause at any point in time and check if I'm forward weighted, and I should be on every single step that I take and never falling back to the heels, because that means I lost connection from my partner. I didn't give my partner what they were expecting.
I guess if you're a follower and you're wearing the heels and you're watching this video, my biggest advice is to practice a lot of the steps in your heels on your own, because a lot of it in connection with our partner versus not connection can just be balance and just trying to get the strength and control over our bodies, especially with the high heel. It takes time to get used to. If you're not wearing the heel, it's just a matter of making sure you know where your weight is, but also this adds an extra challenge for the followers, as well as being on, your forward weighted or back weighted, but also with the heels, especially if you're doing Latin dances with these heels. They're a little bit skinnier and can be a little bit more wobbly in the beginning versus a smooth heel, which is a little bit thicker and easier for balance in general. But both can be more of a challenge, so practice everything on your own in the heels.
Thank you guys so much for watching this Technique Tuesday on Ballroom Feed. If you learned anything in this video, please hit the like button below. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm so more people can see this video and we can help out more people. If you have any questions yourself, just like we did for this video, comment down below and we might be able to pick yours and make a video on it. If you want more content, check us out at ballroomfeed.com. You can check out our pro section. We have a lot more technique and tips and stuff you can find there. Hopefully we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.